Everyone, long time I know, very inconsistent upload times, but hi. I hope everyone had a happy winter solstice or summer solstice, Christmas, Yule, whatever you like to call it. I enjoyed my break. I had 3 weeks off, so I'm feeling very relaxed. Obviously it's been a while since Christmas, so I think there's a lot of catching up to do, and I'm hoping I can film more often and not be so lazy and upload things more often, because I do have a handful of subscribers, so I don't know if you enjoy watching these or not, but I enjoy making them. So but yeah, I thought I'd try something a bit different. But anyway, if you're new here, my name is Jodie. I'm the Nocturnal Witch. This is my podcast where I like to talk about all things crafting. So it's knitting, crocheting, sewing, cross stitching, whatever I feel like doing, and I like to talk about and share it with you guys. So if you're interested, I hope you like this, and if you do like it, please leave a comment. I'd like to chat with you about it, because I assume you like doing the same sorts of things. I apologize if the traffic's quite loud. It is peak hour. So I just got off from work myself, and I've got a bit of quiet time, so I thought I could film a video. Yeah. So this is the second time I filmed it. I did try to film it around my birthday in January, but I just wasn't happy with the video, so I want to try again. I'm trying to film from the other side. Thanks, Patch. Alright, where were we? Sorry about that. I will probably cut that out. That is an annoying noise. So yeah, back in January I filmed it, but I wasn't happy. But I am trying to film it from the actual camera side rather than the selfie side, in hopes that the quality is a bit better. So if you see me looking down, it's because I've got a mirror reflecting back what's been recorded, so I can actually see if I'm in frame and the things I'm showing you are in frame. So I guess we'll get started, because also the last one I tried to record was getting close to 50 minutes, and I just thought, it's a bit too long for a podcast, so I'm going to try and keep things short, but it's been a long time. So I'll start off with finish off objects. I did try to make some stuff this Christmas for people. So I guess the first thing I can talk about, because I still have one of them here, just an additional one, is so I gave the girls at work that I work with a small gift for Christmas, because I felt like I wanted to thank them for allowing me as a trainee for the first year. So I wanted to give them something useful and not junk and something they would throw away instantly. So I was trying to be thoughtful but also make things practical. So I went with something really quick and easy, because I did leave it to the last minute, and I found a knitting pattern for knitted dishcloths. So I used up, I haven't finished, I've still got a lot left, the Fiber Natra cotton wood, which is an 8-ply cotton in really nice muted colors that I used to make a baby blanket last year. What was it the year before? I can't remember, but it was from one of my nephews. My sister-in-law was having a baby, so I wanted to make her a baby gift. So yeah, it's just a basic knitted dishcloth pattern I found through Pinterest. I believe the pattern is called My Grandmother's Favorite Dishcloth. So I knitted them up. It's free pattern, and it's corner to corner, which is really cool, and it has kind of like this lace detail, so it's a nice sweater and some lace work. They were very quick to make up, and I thought that'd be handy because I can use them as dishcloths or face washes, which is kind of what I made them for, because I gave them a gift of soap and tea and just a nice little care package, I guess. yeah, so that was the first thing I made. I have one failed object as well. So with the same cotton, I wanted to make my sister something again in that similar vein of what is practical. So I saw a really cool pattern called the Sunwheel pattern on Pearl Soho, and it's this kind of funky pot holder that you knit this way in a cylinder, I guess, and you sew it stitched up and pull it through and use short rows, because I wanted to learn how to do short rows. So if you've been watching my previous episodes or have seen them, obviously you know I'm a crocheter, and part of late last year I really wanted to get back into knitting, particularly because I had some yarn that I thought would work out really nicely knitted, which I'll show you what I've been working on, and that was kind of my deal for the stitches, Starlight Stitches make along that Tashi started from Stitches and Starlight. She's fun, she's cool, she likes D&D, I like her. So anyway, I'll talk about that when I get to it. So this is again a free pattern from Pearl Soho. I used the same 8-ply cotton, but I don't know if I've done it incorrectly or not, because the idea is you put this through, seam it together, and I like on the pictures, I don't know if it's because it hasn't been blocked or messed up somewhere, or like the gauge is off, but it's looking more like a little, I don't know, hat. So, and it's meant to be, I guess, kind of flat, but then maybe it's meant to curl up because that way you can stick it on your fingers. I don't know, but yeah, so I kind of gave up on that and bought them something, but I do want to try again because it is kind of a cool pattern and a good way to use scrap yarn. And another finished object, so I'm hoping I'm not going too fast as well. Slow down and have a cup of tea. Okay. So I started knitting a hat. I wanted to make my partner a new beanie because I made him one. Oh, I think the first year we were together for his birthday, it was a crocheted ribbed beanie. And again, because I wanted to get back into knitting, and I had 150 grams or 250-gram balls of patterns tweed DK. I don't know if they make it anymore. I bought it secondhand from an op shop. So I had two 50-gram balls. I got the pattern, it's again a free pattern from Dora Violet. I can't remember her Instagram. If you're interested, I can add it to the description box. But it's called the Basic Witch Hat, and it is a hat that's knit in 1x1 rib. This was a pain to knit. I can see why people really don't like. They like the look of 1x1, which I am quite happy with. But knitting it was kind of painful. I don't know how many times I had to restart this hat because I messed up the pattern and either did, you know, 2 pearls or 2 knits. So I had a lot of ribbon back to do. And originally I bought the Oslo hat by Petite Knit. And I got up to the brim, like everything was fine, you just knit. And part of that pattern you have to fold and pick up the stitches, which I did. But then afterwards, I wasn't sure if I was doing it right because I knit left-handed. So I'm looking at the pictures, and part of that pattern looks like it goes into like a garter stitch bridge that gets hidden by the fold. And I was just drive me nuts. So I thought, okay, I'll try that again when I'm a bit more confident, even though it's meant to be like a beginner pattern. And I found this other pattern for free, which I thought looked really cool. It's like a watchman's cap. And she gives you options, so you can knit it, like starting on DPNs, making it bigger, and then finishing off on DPNs, basically making a tube, pardon me, that you fold in and sew seam together. but I wasn't sure if I had enough yarn to do that, so, which is weird because I think I still have about maybe 30 grams of scrap yarn left. I haven't blocked this hat either, and it is currently covered in dog hair. But I'm hoping, I wanted to give it to him for Christmas and I ran out of time because I didn't finish. I kind of put it down for a bit. I ended up putting a lifeline in to the point where I had to do the decreases so that way I didn't have to rip it back all the way, because once I got confident and was able to consistently keep the pattern without making a mistake, the decreases threw me off a few times, so I've had to rip it back so many times till I at least got something resembling a hat. And even at the top here, I was one stitch short of what the pattern recommended, so I do feel like it's sloping one way more particularly than the other. I'm really happy with the stitch definition, but once I get to the decreases, and again this is the first hat I've knitted, so I am proud of myself. I'm not entirely impressed with the decreases. I think they look a little messy, but hey, I knit my first hat and now I just need to block it. So I'm hoping he'll like this and wear it in winter because he has been shaving his head as well. So I just need to block it now, and that will be part of his birthday present. I'm hoping it fits. It's a bit squishy on my head, but I haven't blocked it yet. I do have a pretty big head. So that's that done. Bam. So I did finish one other gift, which I've already given to my niece. So I don't have it here to show you, but I can put whichever side the screen is, I'll put a photo up of the cardigan I crocheted her. And it's patterned by the Velvet Acorn, Heidi May I think is her name, and the cardigan is called the Whisper cardigan. I have the details on my Ravelry, which I can put that in as well. I made it out of DMC Just Nature cotton, so it's a 4-ply cotton in a really pretty rose color. I did originally, got it here, started with I think it was Cisa Bio Bogan, I think it's called, and it's this pretty rainbow color pastel, and I thought, oh, she would love this because she loves unicorns and all that in the pins. And I was crocheting it. I had 2 balls, I think they were both 50 grams, and I ran out. So I was like, I'm in an okay, do I want to buy some more? I am trying to use up a lot of my stash yarn, and I ended up using the DMC instead, and that turned out really pretty. I think I like it more in that pretty rose pink color that it is. So I do need to throw this and find a hat pattern or something I can make it with it. But yeah, it's cute. It's just, I think I like that more vintage look the rose pink got. But it was a lot of fun to crochet. I crocheted that on 4.5 crochet hook and 3.5s. Oh, the hat, it was 3.75s I think on Addy shorties that I used. I think so. It's the dishcloth, but I try to use straight needles, and I don't realize I don't like using straight needles. They feel really, I think because I'm so used to knitting, crocheting with a short hook, that knitting with long needles, which I haven't done since I was like 15, 16, just felt really weird and awkward. So I much prefer circulars. So now that we're going into FO, works in progress, I've done the FOs. So that was her present that I made her, and I enjoyed that pattern so much. I started making one myself. So she does have it in children's all the way up to adults, and like very size inclusive from what I can remember. So again, it's the Whisper cardigan. It's using a 4-ply, I think, yarn, and I the recommended hook size is a 4mm and a 5mm, but she's also using mohair, which obviously being vegan I ain't gonna use. So I went straight for a 4-ply yarn or fine weight, which I think is 4-ply. And I bought this, oh gosh, back around November, I think, during Black Friday. So these is Queensland's collection Dungarees Fine. It's spun from recycled jeans, so it's cotton but also recycled, which I thought was cool. You get 100 grams and 310 meters, and this is the color Mariner. I think I picked it up, it's $25 for a 100 gram ball, and I picked it up for 20. So I bought 4 donuts. I'm hoping that's enough because I'm on my 3rd now. And also this just, even though it's such fine weight, it does crochet up really quickly. But I think I even sized down again because I do want this to be kind of a transitional seasonal cardigan. I also was looking at the photos and I thought, okay, it wasn't as open, like the work wasn't as open, as airy as I was getting, so I don't think I was getting the exact gauge, so I downsized for myself. I've gone 4mm and I think 3.25 for the ribbing, but it's really pretty. It's like this dark grey blue. It feels lovely. Like, it's not the softest, but at the same time it's soft, and it has kind of a rustic woolliness. It's the best I can describe it. There's a bit of fuzz to it, and it's not slippery. Like, there's some tactileness to it. But I've already done the yoke. Again, very simple pattern. I think an advanced beginner would be able to do this. I think the pattern was just so a lot of fun because I've crocheted a jumper. I have crocheted cardigans with panels, and I love cardigans, but I've never done one in one piece in the round before, and I thought that was so cool. And it's just been, again, very simple pattern, and I think I'm getting close to finishing the body, and then I just have the sleeves so I can try it on. I think this will be, especially for Australia, East Coast, this will be quite warm. It's going to have 3 little buttons, which I'm trying to find something pretty. It's going to be quite a long cardigan, but it's just going to be so nice, and it is. It's so cozy, and I already tried this on a few times in the summer, and it's like we've had a very warm, humid summer, and I'm like, this is not going to. I'm not going to be cold. It may not be great for winter because of how fine and light it is, but definitely for early autumn, or even maybe even to mid-autumn, this will be perfect, really. And I think the color's going to match a lot of my clothes. So I'm happy. I'm very impressed with this. And I'm nearly done. So probably certainly by the time I make another video, this will be done. I haven't worked on it in the last few weeks, partly because the crochet hook I was using has broken, and the metal one seems to be a bit bigger, so I need to get another bamboo or wooden crochet hook. Yeah, so that's the Whisper cardigan. Again, I would happily buy this yarn, even though it's quite expensive for me. Like, this is an expensive cardigan. I've never spent $80 on a cardigan before. But I guess you get a lot of yarn. So yeah, but this is all that's left of this ball, and that's ball number 3. So I'm hoping that it will be enough. So yeah, that's the Whisper cardigan. So that will be a nice transitional. And that's the only other crochet I've been doing lately. So yeah, I guess moving on to other whips. I got this bag for my birthday from a co-worker, and I thought it was really cool. Instantly thought, great, another project bag. It's got the little antlered skull flower thing going on. So it's definitely giving me poppy goth vibes. In here, I was on Ravelry months ago on a vegan crafting page, forum, whatever. And I was like, okay, can anyone recommend a good beginner jumper pattern? And a few people, well, one of the people suggested a pattern called Homeward Bound. I can't remember who the designer is, I'm really sorry. That again is a free pattern. Also, the Whisper cardigan is a paid for pattern, just to be clear. This one is free. So yeah, I didn't show I had a progress keeper on that, but never mind, you'll see when I finish it. So I started this back around the time Stitches and Starlight started their make along, and I even had to go out and buy fixed circular needles. Weren't very good. I think they were pony. I bought what is it? Oh God. I've got a 4mm and a 5mm, and they were alright to use. And then I'm using some scrap yarn, black yarn, for the collar. That took forever. And this is the contrasting colour. It is a knit top down raglan. The pattern recommends a 10 ply yarn. This is 8 ply, but I think pattern's fine. It gives you options for standard knitting and like short rows if you wanted it for the yoke. I ended up, I think, was it back at the start of COVID, Woolworth House was having a sale and I bought some yarn then, and this was discontinued. It is Hayfield Illusion double knitting, in the colorway shade 0302. I think this is pretty cool. When I saw it, it changes color slightly, like an ombre kind of effect, and when I first saw it, I was like, yes, this would be beautiful knitted. And my plan was to crochet something that looked knitted, but it just sat in my stash for ages, so I thought I have to use it because, again, I want to try and use more sustainable fibers, and not acrylics and polyamides and all that sort of stuff. I also knitted the first knitting project I brought, the Sophie shawl, in a green shade, but that's garter stitch, and I do think this looks really good in stockinette. It's just, that's what it's calling for, is stockinette. So I'm happy and impressed with myself. I have knit most of the body. I am planning on making this more cropped. It is a unisex pattern, and it does give you options, like if you want it to make it certain length, make it 10 inches shorter than somewhere. But yeah, the pattern's free if you want it or want to give it a go. Again, this pattern. So if you see the white there, that is another safety line, because I got fed up of having to constantly knit the rib, the 1x1 ribbing for the collar, or neck of the jumper. And because, again, learning how to do the increasing on the sleeves to give it that raglan stitch, which you can't see very well, and I'm sorry, like most of the stuff I knit is black, but yeah, because it's black colored yarn, you can't even really see the raglan increase. But I am currently very impressed with myself. I always had the fear like knitting is hard, and knitting jumper would be even this next level thing, and I learned to knit again when I was like 15, and it took me a year to figure it out, because, again, left-handed, and I had my mum teach me, and she was right-handed, so there was a lot of misfiring going on. So it took me a year, and then I think I knitted a scarf, and then I just kind of wasn't very good. Again, didn't have the confidence to just try. So yeah, I'm fairly impressed with myself. When I had to split for the sleeves, for the armholes, it wasn't that scary. It was actually really easy and very similar to what I did for the Whisper cardigan. So I was like, is that all? Yeah, dividing for sleeves isn't that hard. I just watched some YouTube tutorials and it's good. Though picking up the sleeve might be a bit trickier, so we'll see how we go. This yarn is peeling quite a bit, which is, again, like, it's not the softest acrylic, it's not the best, but it just looked cool. And I think it is knitting up really nice. It's also a really easy pattern because it's kind of mindless. Once you get past the increases, it's just knit the body until you get the length you want, and then I guess I'll have to do the ribbing. So I am currently up to here. I think I've got this to about 6 inches, so from the armhole, because the two, I know, it just confused me when it was like you can do it this way, or the way, like, knit 2 lengths of the pattern, or you knit 2 inches shorter from the, like, neckline. It was like, okay, I don't know, just remember. So I mean, kind of counting it from here. So I'm aiming for 10 inches on the body, and then I'll probably end up doing the ribbing. So yeah, I haven't tried this on yet. I did try it on when I did the sleeves. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Because I've had to rip this back a few times as well. Because I did do, I think I started with an extra small because I thought it was a unisex jumper and I want it kind of form fitting. So an XS must be right, and it was just too small. So I said, all right, I measured my chest. I'm hoping it fits over my bust. We'll see. But yeah, I like how it's stripes, but like it's this subtle kind of striping thing because it's black and purple, and it goes from like a dark to like a vibrant to very pale and then back again. I just think it looks very cool. Probably not to my like, if would I buy it now? Probably not. But I think it's cool for the time when I bought it. As trends come and go, so I'm working on that. I have put it to the side a while ago, for a couple of weeks, just because it has been so hot and it is too hot to knit a jumper. So while I love the idea of knitting like summer garments in winter and winter garments in summer, so that way you can actually wear them that following season, I can see why some people don't do that because it is too hot. But this is like so much yarn. I mean, I've only gone through, I've used up one ball, and this is part of the second one, and I've still got heaps. So yeah, knitting does use far less yarn pressure. I can see that. So even though I haven't finished my first clothing item, I won't say garment because I made the hat, I picked up, again, trying to use up my stash. A while ago I was making another top. I can't remember the pattern. It was crocheted, and I was buying a cotton bamboo yarn from the $20 store at the time, and I think that's been discontinued because they don't have any more. So I wasn't able, and I think I used about 6 balls of 50 grams each, and I thought that would be enough, and it wasn't to finish the back panel, so I had to rip it out and start again, because that's just the story of my crafting journey is rip it back, do a gauge swatch, sometimes only little ones because I find it boring, and knitting flat, trying to do like stockinette flat or ribbing flat is just it's not fun. But anyway, I wanted to make a summer top. That's something I want to do, like a singlet, right? And I know I have started too late in the year to probably wear this in summer, but I bought the Ripple Camisole pattern by Jessie May Designs. I really like, I mean, her patterns, not all of them, I think of like the bee's knees, but just her ethos of like being size inclusive and gender inclusive and like even accessibility, right? Like, yes, she's using, I guess, to get nice photos and things, quite expensive yarn, but she will give recommendations on more affordable options, and so she breaks that down for you. Well, I'm used this, but if you need to, there's these that I recommend. She also has like pay what you think kind of thing. Like if you can't afford the full price of the pattern, pay her a quarter or half. So I really love her ethos, and I'll be happy to buy patterns from her again, because I feel like, again, art and craft should be accessible, and financial barriers shouldn't stop people from wanting to do handmade things, because I mean, back in the day, that was the only way you could get things, and it was only the wealthy people that could pay someone else to make these things. So again, as a human, right, you have the right to express yourself, and you have the right to make yourself something of value rather than exploiting somebody else, right? Like, so I think she's really cool. I'm happy to buy more patterns from her. This pattern I've had to rip back a couple of times as well, because either I got the stitch count wrong, or I somehow twisted the pattern. So I think this is the 4th time I've started this top, and of course, just to make it easier on myself, I'm knitting in black. But I much prefer 3x3 ribbing over 1x1, and I think this will be great. Even like, because people are saying like knitting it as an undergarment, because I've seen people make it with cotton wool blends, and I'm like, how can you wear that in summer? And then I thought, wait, no, that would probably be really cozy, when it's cold. But I'm sorry, if you're from the northern hemisphere and you wear wool in summer, I don't know how you can do it. I couldn't. It's so hot, and that's kind of my ethos too with making summer garments. I don't really want to do and knit anything higher than DK, preferably not even DK, because it gets hot and I do not like the heat. So the thinner the garment, the more likely I'm probably going to wear it. And I think I picked that from even I crocheted the chickadee top. Oh god, what was that? Hailey Bailey. It's a beautiful top. And it's made out of bamboo, so I used lime band Trubu, I think, and it's beautiful. It's got that silky shine, it's cool, but that is a worsted weight. That's a 10 ply weight yarn, and it's heavy, and it is warm, I can tell you, and that's meant to be. I made that for summer, so I'm kind of just getting into that vibe of I want to use thin yarns. Obviously, this is how much I've done in this week. I bought the pattern Saturday, I think, so it's gonna take a while to make, but it's not like, I'm enjoying it, and I've been even bringing it to work and knitting and talking. It is mindless enough that I can come home if I'm not too tired and knit on it, and preferably in the light, but also interesting enough that it keeps me interested. And I've also done a provisional cast on, because I don't know if I have enough yarn for the length I would like. And it is meant to be cropped anyway, but I just want to make sure. So yeah, I've started that. I haven't obviously made much progress. I'm hoping afterwards I film this, I will knit some more. So yes, in the middle of 2 knitted garments. I finished my hat. I want to make another hat, because my plan is to make hats for people's Christmas gifts, and they're just nice, simple things you can do. And take with you. They're portable. So I ripped back, frogged the garment, and I put all of this in a crochet bag. Yes. Okay. And I think I've got one more little side project before I'll talk about acquisitions. I don't know if that doesn't sound right. And because I was sick last week as well, so that was the thing too. I wanted to refilm again, and I had some time off, but I was feeling too sick to film, so I just didn't. and my brain was just like, I really want something simple and not hot. So I thought blanket. So I'm just crocheting a granny stripe blanket. This is the start of it. So I've done 4 rows of granny stitch, and I'm just using some leftover cheap acrylic that I bought when I was getting back into crochet when I was moved up here, because I did take some time off because I had a very rough year and a half. So yeah, I'm just kind of using it up because I don't want to throw it away, because it is plastic and it's not even very nice acrylic. And I'm hoping that the colours will look nice. If it's ugly, I don't care. It's a blanket that I can throw in the lounge, and it is going to be warm. So I'm even, because I'm using this Army Pukey Shade Green, this top, which is like from some yarn my sister gave me because she tried hand knitting, crocheting, and didn't like it. So I was like, yeah, I'll take your yarn that you're not using. This sagey green that I have about a ball or so left. This grey, which is from my sister. This yellow, which I used to make my hot water bottle cover. So these 3 I've used in other projects, and this cream colour. So I'm ripping apart this frogging this granny square vest that I made last year, or finished, because I decided I don't like the fit, I don't like the fabric, I don't like the feeling of this really cheap, nasty, itchy acrylic. Like, the best way I can describe this acrylic, it's like cheap wool, you know. It's not nice. It even has like that itchy vibe that like old cheap wool has. It has fuzzed up like wool. It wants to felt. It wants to stick to itself. I have unraveled the armband that I made. I think the pattern I got was from a Birder leaflet from my Simply Crochet magazine, and the idea was you would knit the collar and the cuff bands, and I was like, no, I can crochet this thing, so I did. And I don't regret it. I love making granny squares. They're so much fun. But I was just like, I wasn't wearing it. I didn't like the shape it made. It's itchy, kind of heavy. I know it just doesn't look as nice and as polished as I would like. And I could not find, I swear I had a ball of this orange left, and I don't, so that's also why I'm frogging it. So that will be used to make this blanket. So that's just like a little thing I'm going to pick up and work on when I really can't think of anything else I want to work on, or if my brain is too tired or whatever. So I'm hoping they'll make at least a nice blanket that I can put on my sofa or on my bed. Yeah, so waste not, want not, reuse everything. So that's kind of what I've been working on. So that's, yeah, it's 3 projects. I'm pretty happy with that. I keep wanting, for if you count this, I am having the itch to cast something new, another hat, because I want to start making getting a head run on my gift knitting and crocheting this year. So I'll start with what I bought for my birthday. So I was kind of like, okay, if I knit any more garments or have an intention to knit any more garments, I want to buy myself a nice circular, interchangeable circular needle set. To make beautiful things, you need good tools, right? And because I did start on the other jumper, and then I've gone and bought, the Ripper camisole, I was like, okay, I think I want to get back into knitting. I'm enjoying it. And I don't want to use these. They're fine for starting off with. They're just fixed pony circular needles. I even think this is kind of cool how they've got bend, so it's kind of ergonomic, but they're not the best. Things kind of get stuck around and where it's fixed to this ball, so it's a bit of a pain to pull through. And obviously knitting cottons or plant-based fibers, it's going to be too slippery. So anyway, I started my jumper these needles, these pony needles that I just bought from Hobby Sew. And anyway, I thought for my birthday I'm going to treat myself and buy a nice set of needles. That way, if I have the issue cast on anything or want to cast something, I've already got hopefully that needle size. So I looked around and I've been looking at these for ages because I just think they're so beautiful. And it's the Likey needles. They weren't super cheap. I bought them from an Australian online retail called House of Cloth, which was really cool. I'm a sucker for packaging, as anyone, and aesthetics, and I just thought it was so sweet. They wrapped it up in like this pattern paper, so it's part of the sleeve from some pattern. As you can see, but I just thought it was super cute, and it has like a little bit of, where is it, washi tape to tie it together. Again, I don't know if I'm showing you properly. I'm a sucker for aesthetics, and they even like get a postcard. So that's the company, House of Cloth. And I just thought it's so nice when you get little messages written by people where and it says, "Welcome Jodie, thank you for your order. It is appreciated, regards Elizabeth." So I highly recommend you check out House of Cloth. They do have some knitting and crocheting supplies and some yarn, but they are more focused on obviously sewing and garment sewing particularly. And I think they even have like merchant mills fabric, so I'm probably will buy from them again for my sewing plans that I want to do this year. I also bought them because this was the cheapest I could find this set, and I also got a 10% discount, I think, because I signed up to their newsletter. So I treated myself, and I got it in the suede denim grey, which I thought looked nicer than the faux leather. But it's so beautiful. I've never spent this much on like craft supplies before, and I've got some frills crochet hooks, and they're beautiful as well. But I just thought, if I'm gonna make something, I need it to match my vibe. So I got like the gothy needles set. They have some other ones. The Umbro looks really nice too. It's very warm. But I just love the color of the driftwood, and they're birch, so they're definitely like stronger, I think, than bamboo. And they're just stunning, and I can tell you they are absolutely beautiful to knit with. As you can see, I'm already using, what is it, 3.5s, and I'm using the 5mm. Cords are really good. They're not plastic. I mean, they're plastic, but I can tell there's a wire. I didn't, and I've heard people saying like, oh, you have to soak them to unkink them. I honestly didn't have to do that. I think they work beautifully because they're wood and there's such a smooth finish on them. It's been a dream to knit like this cotton blend yarn on these needles. It's just so smooth. Even like, so the wire is nice and strong, and it actually is wire, not just plastic tube. The only thing is, I find, and I've used the key as well, but I might not be tightening them up enough. They do have a tendency to want to unscrew, which makes sense because of this movement in your hand, but it's just so smooth. Though the other day I was knitting, and it was like 30 something degrees, like 34. It was stupidly hot and quite humid, and I didn't know if it was my tension or what, but it was so hard to knit with. I don't think it was the needles, but at first I thought it was. I was like, was it always this hard to get through? Like tight, not tight, but just stiff. You know, like the fabric was really resisting, or the yarn was really resisting me, my stitch work. And I've found like it's not the case at all. I think it was the heat and the fiber. I don't know if it was just my hands were hot and sweaty, so like you got that salt or something going on, but it was just really hard to do my stitches when, like, obviously now, right, it's so smooth, it's so easy. These are like the best needles I've ever used. There isn't that horrible gappy thing going on. So yeah, I'm very very happy with this purchase, and I think I will use them considering they're expensive. But now that I've got beautiful tools to use, I'm more likely to work on things, I guess. So yeah, that was my little birthday purchase. I don't think I finished buying everything I wanted for my birthday, so I'm doing like my birthday month, which is like from 26th of blah blah to 26th of this month. So yeah, that's not much more time. And then I bought a couple more things because again, birthdays are coming up, and Lovecraft was having a sale, and I don't know why I just kind of got into, I should buy something for my birthday, and I didn't really buy anything for my birthday in the end. I just kind of bought things just to kind of give a reason to pay for shipping. But I also, my nephew, one of my nephews wanted me to make a rainbow hat, and I was like, okay, I can do rainbow, but like obviously my guidelines, my rules that I've set for myself is I don't want to use acrylic if I can avoid it. So that was the main thing. And I also didn't want to be too garish, like if you go and buy like variegated rainbow acrylic yarn at Big W, wherever, just, I don't know, too chaotic, too busy, and he is getting older, so I don't know how long he'll wear this for. I am planning to make it a rib hat because I know cotton is not it's very stretchy or has much memory, so I'm trying to give it, like if it's rib, I'm hoping that will give it enough stretch, otherwise I can put elastic in there. But yeah, so I bought Nifty Cotton Splash by Cascade Yarns. It is 100% cotton, and I think this will look really nice. It's got that rainbow vibe, but it's not rainbow. Like it will have it dispersed out and pulled, and I think it'll look really nice. So this is a medium 4 weight, which is 10 ply or worsted. Does it have the color is 203. It is, like, it was so weird when I was reading the description, it was talking about it being kind of homewares, but it is quite soft. It's quite nice. Certainly not a rough yarn, I don't think. It feels really nice. So I bought 2 hanks of this because this is 100 grams, 169.5 meters, so I don't know if that'll be enough, so I bought 2. Hopefully that'll be enough, and then maybe make a scarf or cow or something if it's extra. So I'm hoping they'll work. It's kind of an experiment to see how well a cotton hat, because I'm planning on making myself a beanie out of some really cool cotton yarn, because I have some ideas for knitting and crocheting when you're vegan or vegetarian. So I'm hoping some of you will find that interesting, on my tips and tricks. And then I guess because it was like 1 in the morning when I was doing this, and I was really tired, and I just wanted to again, I have no idea what I was doing, and I think sleep deprivation did it, and I was like, okay, I want to make socks. That's like, so I've made a hat, I'm making a jumper, I'm making a top, and I've made a scarf years ago. So I want to make socks. That's the next thing. I want to make my own knitted socks, and most people like to knit with wool for socks. So that was the challenge for me. And trying to find vegan friendly sock yarn made specifically for socks was hard. It's hard. There's not a lot out there. I do want to go to Terrapin and vegan yarns because they do have plant fiber sock weight yarns that do have some plastic, because it does need some of that elasticity, right, to stretch over your foot and your heel and around your calf. But there's also a couple of companies do cotton based yarns, I think, which I can also make a video on that if you're interested, and I want to try and experiment, and I know maybe make it like, again, proper video of like a guide to knitting for socks or crocheting socks. Anyway, so I found this. It is not cotton, it is acrylic, so that is the other option, and there are some acrylic based sock yarns as well. So again, I must have been in the mood for Cascade yarns, which I've never bought because I think they're a US company, so I've never seen them in shops in Australia. But it's Cascade yarns cherub sock. It's 55% nylon, 45 acrylic, fine weight, so again 4-ply, and it's color number 91. What's signing? Does it have? Okay, so it's 100 grams and 420 meters. I'm hoping I can get a sock out of this. It is a really pretty color. It's kind of got that heaven look to it, blue and green, which I like. Because I kind of was looking for like a variegated, and I just got tired of it. I need to just get something to practice on, and that's kind of why I was trading this as well. This is my practice sock. So yeah, it is actually quite nice and soft though. It's not a, I would say it's definitely more of a premium acrylic than whatever I made that jump cardigan. So that's kind of what I want to do as well. It's like nice yarn. That way I will want to wear things. And then I think this was actually the only thing that was on sale, and I had to buy it because it was too freaking cute. And I haven't done much cross stitch lately, but it's cross stitch pattern kit. It's called Dutch Folksies. But it's so cute. It's a little sampler stitch, and it has the lady with the Volden traditional clothes, which isn't like the traditional clothes of Holland. It's from one village in like near Amsterdam, I think. But that's cute, and they've got clocks, and there's tulips and windmills. I couldn't resist, so I have to get that, and I want to frame it. I don't know if I even want to stain, like tear stain, age the Ada fabric, but I bought that. It's very cute, but I haven't got a big enough embroidery hoop, so I have to get an embroidery hoop. But it comes with everything, so I don't need to think about it. It's just there. It's got a pattern. Kind of simple, relaxing thing to do. So that's what I bought from Love Crafts, and I think that is everything. So I'm sure this is probably 50 minutes long because I still waffled. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm heading. I'm doing knitting again, apparently. After I thought I wasn't very good or couldn't do it, and now I'm realizing, why do I tell myself this? Just do it. Oh, last thing I bought. I was going through It's a Sarah's podcast. I love watching her videos. She reminds me of my grandma, like a young version of my grandma. So it's just a pleasure to watch her. And I just like her. I do like her Dutchy English. Sometimes she's made me absolutely laugh just because of her own perfectionism and how she's come out and said certain things. So I love her. I think she's great. But she was talking about basically keeping a knitting or making journal. And I've thought about buying one. I know Lane's got a beautiful one, and there's another one Casey has mentioned from Young Folk Knits. But I saw Sarah do hers, and she's just using like an art book, and I'm like, why didn't I just do that? So I did. I went to Kmart. I went looking around for a nice notebook size hardcover bound book, which was harder than I thought to find one that I like. And I ended up picking this cork one up from Kmart. It did have sketchbook written on here, so I just wanted to cover that up. And I put some washi tape, and I want to decorate it some more because it's partially painted. I think I would have rather just had it plain. Ironically enough too, I wasn't looking for a cork notebook. But I ended up finding one, and also Sarah's, I think hers a cork. But yeah, so I'm just keeping this as my little crafting journal. So I've put my Camisole, and I'm just doing like, information. So start date, designer, piece of A4, the size needles, what craft it is, the gauge, what yarn I used. I want to then put like little snippets of the samples of the yarn I used, and maybe even some photos. So I need to figure out how I want to do that. So that's the acquisition. So that was the last one. I almost forgot, but I didn't. But yeah, that's it. So I'm hoping I didn't talk too fast or waffle on too much. Sorry, I really am sorry. I also hope you can hear me over the traffic, because I know, busy road, it's awful, I hate it, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm done. So instead of dragging these on, I'm gonna say goodbye to you, and hopefully get off my bum and upload the last video, because I still haven't done that yet, and then this one. But I hope to see you again. If you enjoy the video, again, please like or comment. I'd love to talk to you guys. That's kind of why I started doing this podcast, because I love this craft. And yeah, I'll talk about it more next time. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of your furry, feathered, scaly friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.